Thank fitness it's Friday.
All right, Neil, it is the final face-off between the two aerobic exercises that everyone normally do.
Okay.
Cycling versus walking. Which side are you on?
Cycling.
Cycling?
I don't have a choice. My knee compels me to do cycling.
Knee. I like that you mentioned that. A lot of people prefers to cycle because, walking, jogging, it takes up too much pressure on their knees. But yes, I mean, any form of aerobic exercise is always an important way to keep yourself healthy and, to, of course, get yourself moving. Now, if you're new to exercising or have an injury like yourself, Neil, that's forcing you to change an exercise routine, some of us may wonder what kind of aerobic exercises might be good for them. So we're going to discuss two options today. Walking versus cycling, which is better?
Okay.
And the reason why I've chosen those two is because they both provide a lower impact on the lower body as compared to other exercises like running or maybe even jumping rope. All right.
Okay.
So, and those exercises are also easy for you to gain access to. I mean, let's think about it, right? Cycling, you only need a bike.
Yep.
Well, I mean, if let's say you don't need a bike, you can just walk, and all you need is a pair of shoes.
Okay.
Very simple. Okay, so which is the better workout and which is better for your health? So today, we will be going through a series of questions to find out exactly which is better for you. Which burns more calories? Which burns more fats? Which is better for weight loss? Which works muscles better? And which builds more strength? Roughly have an answer in your head so far?
I'm trying not to be biased,
Okay.
but I'm leaning towards cycling because I think it's less impact. It's less of an impact activity on the joints. Okay, I'm qualifying
Okay.
it like a politician.
Wow, yeah, you sound like it now.
Younger,
Yeah.
I'm guessing it'll be walking, running. Older, cycling. But let's see.
Yeah. Okay, we'll see. Okay, so let's start off with the very first question.
Do it.
Which burns more calories? Now, for the purpose of this question, I will be using myself as an example. Okay, I am currently about 70 kilograms myself.
Yep.
So, if I were to do a 30-minute session, okay, based on the intensity of the workout,
Yes.
let's say, for example, I were to bike at a light intensity.
Yes.
Guess how many calories I would be burning?
In 30 minutes.
Yes. And light intensity.
Light cycling. I'm going to say 30 minutes, about 250.
Whoa, so close, Neil.
200. I know, I'm quite good at this.
240.
Oh, not
240.
bad, right?
All right, now, if I'm walking, how much would I be burning?
In half an hour,
Yep.
100.
154.
Oh, that's
Close
not
enough.
bad.
That's good.
That's not bad.
So far we see, it's cycling is winning so far, right?
Just
Now-
so you know, I cycled 16 kilometers this morning,
Yeah?
and I
Whoa.
burned off 585 calories.
So that's where you get your numbers.
I have a rough idea.
Okay,
yes.
okay, very good, Neil. Now let's bring up the intensity. Okay,
Sure.
let's just say I walk, or I cycle at high intensity. How many calories would I be burning?
In half an hour,
Yeah,
what did I say just now?
you said 240 at light intensity.
400.
357, not too bad. All right, now if I were to walk in high intensity, how many calories would I be?
Still not that high. I would say 200.
250, close enough. Very good.
Thank you.
So that we have a winner here, don't we?
Of course, cycling.
Which burns more calories? That's cycling, because cycling obviously burns more calories given the same time and intensity as walking. So that's cycling for 1 and walking for 0. Okay, let's move on to the next question. Which burns more fat? Okay, now when comparing the effects of cycling and walking on fat metabolism, one study found that
Probably walking.
walking?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I've noticed this. When you cycle,
Yeah.
it's very intense below the waist, but nothing is happening above the waist. And I often think, this is a guess, by the way.
Okay.
I often think with the aerobic activity of
Yeah.
the upper body,
Yeah.
you're using more of your upper body when you walk.
Very, very analytical, Neil.
Am I right or wrong?
And that's exactly right.
Yes, come
because they found that walking increased fat metabolism more than cycling. One study found that weight-bearing exercises such as walking and running were associated with lower levels of a type of fat that accumulates in bone marrow compared with cycling. Think of it this way. When you're walking, you're carrying the entire weight of your body.
Yep.
When you're cycling, you're pretty much leaning down forward and you're working a lot of your lower body muscle.
Correct.
So, yes. And that's 1 or
It's that
Cycling
Tom
one.
Cruise thing. You know when Tom Cruise does his famous running?
Yeah, he does that.
It's the high aerobic activity thing.
No, you got to make sure you straighten your fingers like this.
Yeah.
It's a
The Tom Cruise run.
It's a Tom Cruise run. Yeah. Okay, next one. Which is better for weight loss? Answer the question, Neil.
No, I was thinking.
Yeah.
Weight loss.
Let's see. Yeah, which is better for weight loss? Now, considering so far,
Because
yeah.
walking activates more areas of your body
Yeah.
than cycling, but
Okay.
cycling is more intense. And if you're
Okay.
burning calories, I go with cycling.
Cycling.
Yes.
Okay, now think of the example that I gave you just now. All right, talking about how cycling was burning more calories than with as compared to walking.
Correct.
Right. Now, when we
That-
talk about
yep.
weight loss, we're comparing calories.
Yes.
We're talking about calories.
Yes.
Unless we're talking about fats, which is a completely opposite, completely different thing altogether. And that's the reason why you are exactly right, Neil. Okay, cycling tends to burn more calories in the same time period compared with walking. So it may be the better choice for you if you want to lose weight, but don't have a lot of time to exercise. So yes, it is the clear winner for now.
Thank you.
Cycling 2, walking 1. Now, next one. Which works muscles better? Which works muscles better? Is it cycling or is it walking, Neil?
Again, if it's cycling, it's more intense workouts of the legs,
Okay.
but nothing above the waist.
Yeah.
Whereas walking exercises more muscles.
Yeah.
And what was the question again?
Which works muscles better?
I might get this wrong, but I'm guessing you're going to say walking.
I don't know. You
No,
tell
I'm
me your
staying with
answer.
cycling. I'm staying with cycling.
Are you a true cyclist? Are you going to stick to it?
Yes.
Okay, now, cycling and walking, they involve, muscles that, they use muscles, the same muscles to produce force to move, right?
Yes.
Because after all, you're moving your lower body. Now, the gluteal muscles of the hips and hamstrings are involved in power production in both walking as well as cycling.
Yes.
And these muscles, they increase their activation when you increase your speed.
Yes.
Right? In addition, the gluteal activation increases when you walk uphill or upstairs. So you see, it works both ways.
Yep.
But here's the thing. The quads, you know where your quads are, right? Just right in front of you here.
Yes.
Okay, they are involved to a larger extent in cycling compared with walking, and they are larger producers of force during the power or push down phase of cycling when you're sitting down.
Yep.
So, you are exactly right, Neil.
Come on.
Okay.
Come on.
Cycling does work the muscles.
It's a great
better.
aerobic activity.
Exactly. All right. I mean, even though they use the same muscles to produce force and movement, cycling requires a little bit more force, which is why it does increase muscle building. So that's 3 for cycling and 1 for walking. Final one, Neil. Which builds more strength? Is it cycling or is it walking?
Cycling.
Cycling, you're sticking to it?
I'm sticking with cycling.
You know what? You got the answer right. Okay.
Yes!
In a study on muscular strength and hypertrophy, cycling was associated with increased strength. And come on, we just literally talked about this, right? Cycling
Yep.
is better for muscle building.
Yep.
Which in turn is also good for strength training. All right. So it found that cycling increased strength and muscle hypertrophy, which is referring to the size or the growth of your muscles, of how big it is. And this effect was greater in older adults than younger adults. All right.
Like me.
However, younger adults could achieve this at a high intensity. Okay. So yes, the clear winner here obviously is cycling. So to conclude everything as a whole, obviously cycling has tons of benefit out there as compared to walking. But let's think of it this way, okay? All of them are great or excellent forms of exercise. They can be challenging, they can be enjoyable for people, because some people do brisk walking, right? And it's quite painful on the calves. Have you tried
Yes.
brisk walking before?
Yes.
It does hurt a little bit.
And also my knee is too high impact.
Exactly. And so, which is why one may be better suited for you than the other, considering your health, your current health condition. So do seek professional help if, you're trying to decide between the two. Cycling may benefit you if you have less time because you can cover more distance, all right? And you want to optimize, burning calories or gaining muscle strength within a short period of time. Whereas for walking, it may be beneficial because let's just say, you're unable to spend money or you don't want to spend money on a bike. It does help to a certain extent burn calories and gain muscles as well. But the good news is this, Neil. Whether or not one wins above the other, the point is this, okay? If you get started on either of them, you win. And that, folks, is this week's episode of Thank Fitness It's Friday.
Money FM 89.3.